So with no one really being able to completely 100% debunk the leaks about Stranger Things coming back to Dead by Daylight, I'm just gonna stay optimistic about it. That being said, in today's video, we will be going over the top 5 Stranger Things characters that I'd like to see come to Dead by Daylight. So starting this off, we have Robin. So I've seen a lot of people request this, and I mean rightfully so. She was introduced to us through Steve at Scoops Ahoy in season 3. She was goofing off and making fun of Steve, and it was just really enjoyable to watch. She's a sarcastic, hyper, and clumsy person, but tends to really speak her mind without fear of judgment, and I could totally respect that. I mean, yeah, there's a reason why a lot of people like this character. She's a really down-to-earth and like a totally fun person to be around. Some outfits I could see coming out for her would be like the Scoops Ahoy outfit, and just imagine running around with Steve using his Scoops Ahoy outfit. I mean, that would be awesome. Some outfits from season 4 would also be nice. She's still a fairly new character, but still very iconic and definitely deserves a spot on this list. Next up, we have Joyce Byers. So Joyce plays a very important role in Stranger Things, being the mother to Will. She's insanely caring and loving to those who are close to her, not to mention a very headstrong person, not willing to give up hope that Will is still alive despite everyone telling her otherwise. She is just a great all-around character. I can't really think of any outfits in particular for Joyce because she has so many. I do think this one where she's holding an axe looks really cool. Anyways, we all know how major of a character Joyce is. I mean, come on guys, she's been on the show since day 1, and she'd definitely make a great addition to Dead by Daylight. So we've talked about a couple survivors that can come to Dead by Daylight, but we have yet to talk about a potential killer. I'm sure you guys can guess who I'm talking about. It's Vecna. To clear things up, we don't exactly know if Vecna's coming to the game. The leak that involved Vecna turned out to be fake, but that was separate from the actual NDA contract leak that we received. Anyways, we are introduced to Vecna, also known as Henry Creel and 1.
Vecna. Henry. 1. Sorry, what are we calling him now?
From a flashback of 11 at Hawkins. Okay, is it just me or did anyone else have a feeling that this guy was going to be a psycho or something from the beginning? I mean, this dude just looks crazy. Yeah, so we find out he's number 1 and the original, and everyone else was just a descendant from him. So does that mean he's 11's father? Weird. But yeah, once he's in the Upside Down, he mingles with the Mind Flayer and starts to look like a naked Freddy Krueger. But don't get me wrong, he is a total badass. He almost feels like he was made for Dead by Daylight. Like, I could totally see his Mori being the way he kills the 4 victims. A little similar to Sadako though. So yeah, I think he would be one of the coolest killers in the game, even cooler than Demo. Next up on this list is Eddie. Now, Eddie is highly requested amongst you guys. I mean, I saw tons of comments from you guys wanting to see him in the game. And again, I mean, rightfully so. So he's a character who was introduced to us through Dustin and Mike as being the leader of the Hellfire Club. He plays the guitar and is just a full-on non-conformist metalhead, which is rad. He has some of the coolest outfits on the show, which is why I think he would be a great addition to Dead by Daylight. We do already have Jeff, but to be honest, I think Eddie would be a lot more badass than Jeff. He might even be the coolest looking survivor in the game. The only reason he wasn't any higher on this list is because he wasn't on the show for very long, but he does still rank very high on this list because of how likable his character is and how cool of a guy he is. Alright, so for honorable mentions, we have the kids, and these guys are really the foundation of the show. They would be in the number 1 spot if they weren't too young. I think that's the problem with Dead by Daylight, is their characters are all 14 or 15 years old. I think legally they can't be added to the game, but yeah, without a doubt they would have been number 1. Next up I have Billy, Murray, Argyle, and Brenner. They're all pretty major characters and would make a great addition to the game. I would love to see all these guys. Next up we have Chrissy, Dimitri, Alexi, Bob, and Barb. And they would also be nice to have. Oh yeah, and can't forget about Ted Wheeler.
Oh brother, this guy stinks!
Okay, so coming in at my top spot on this list, we have Hopper. Now, Hopper was the chief of police at Hawkins and was tasked with finding Will. Though he didn't seem too interested with the search at first, he began to discover fishy things going around at Hawkins, especially with the laboratory, and that's what sparked his interest. With memory of his lost daughter Sarah, Hopper becomes very interested in finding Will to make sure Joyce doesn't lose her child as he did with Sarah. He also finds out about Levin and starts to care for her as his own daughter. Pause for a second. Has anyone else picked up on how similar Hopper's story is to Last of Us? I mean, he's a total badass who punches everything in his way. He lost his daughter Sarah, takes care of Eleven, a little girl who's different and has powers, and risks everything to make sure he doesn't lose another child. Anyways, yes, Hopper would make a great addition to Dead by Daylight. I feel like we really need a badass male character in this game. I could see him coming with his iconic police uniform, then having his Season 3 summer outfit and Season 4 Russia outfit in the store. Not gonna lie, this was a very hard list to make. All of these characters are awesome and I'd seriously be happy if any one of them made it to the game. Anyways, thank you guys for watching and I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down in the comments which character you'd like to see come to the game the most and why. Also, I asked this question over on my Instagram, so if you want to be a part of future questions and see great postings such as this, feel free to follow. Alright, peace.